We've seen a lot of love stories this year and looked at them on the show, in which one of the partners was handicapped in some way. Let's see, we've had blind ice skaters and paraplegic skiers, dancers with bone diseases, suicidal poets. Most of those movies didn't convince us because they depended so obviously on the handicaps in order to gain our sympathy. But there's a new movie named Voices that's also about a handicapped person. In this case, it's a deaf girl who falls in love with a rock singer, and it did convince me. I believed in the two young lovers, and I believed in their respect for one another. The movie begins with the two of them very tentative. Each one is kind of shy about taking a chance on someone from a different world.
Well, yeah, I'm a singer. What I was doing in that recording booth was I used to have a tape recorder, but someone stole it. Oh, I'm talking too fast for you to read my lips. Must be hard to read lips. You must miss a lot. What? Oh, yeah. Someone stole my tape recorder. So I made one of those records and took it to an agent so he could hear my voice. Can I call you? Can I call you?
Michael Onkine and Amy Irving, and very good performances. And if we had more of the two of them, I think I would have liked the movie even better. But there's a parallel story about his family. Now, he has a colorful grandfather and a colorful father and a colorful younger brother. They live in a colorful neighborhood.
Yep.
Upstairs over a colorful dry cleaning store. They seem to be refugees from a TV situation comedy. And so the fascinating relationship between the two lovers has to take a back seat to scenes like this.
The Jersey Turnpike is opening at Patterson's. It's Saturday night. I want everybody there, right?
What time does it start?
Come around 8.
They're expecting a big crowd, aren't they?
I'm right here.
What did you say?
I said I'm right here. What are you yelling at?
Who's yelling?
What the hell are you screaming at?
Nobody's screaming. You having trouble with your ears?
Am I having what?
Trouble with your ears.
I am now, yeah.
Well, then let's get you to a doctor.
What for?
You're going deaf.
I'm going deaf.
We know.
What? You guys kill me. I'm not deaf. But I'm seeing a girl who is. I met this girl.
What girl?
She's deaf.
That girl we saw?
Yeah.
What girl?
That beautiful girl's deaf?
Yeah.
Yeah, what girl?
Will you stop yelling? Her name is Rosemary Lemon.
And she can't hear this lemon?
That's what deaf usually means, don't it?
Well, that family displays what's probably a fairly common reluctance to relate to people who can't hear, so I had to admire the way in which the movie shows two people plunging in emotionally and breaking down that kind of barrier. And for me, Voices was most effective and most involving when it showed us moments from the real daily life of a deaf person, the kind of problems they face, the way they overcome them. I think it's a film very much worth seeing.
Well, you made a good point earlier in criticism, and that's my main criticism, and that is we get this extra story, which we're really not interested in, this kid's family. It's another lower-class movie family that goes nuts at the dinner table.
They throw dinner rolls at each other.
Right, that's
and
the
so
way they
forth.
talk to each other.
Right.
That gets old real fast. And you know what really disappoints me is that in so doing, they spent half the time with this family. If they had spent more time with the real subject that this movie is about, the deaf kids, the deaf girl, we would have had a story there. Let's see them together. Let's see them struggle to communicate. That's
I think
what this
so. It
film's
might
about.
have been a failure of courage, because the moments when they are trying to communicate, when he is learning a little bit about sign language and a little bit about her problems and expressing his love and she's expressing her love, that's fascinating.
Yes,
I
it
was
is.
really right inside the movie at a moment like that.
And yet they duck away from it. They duck away. One emotion to a scene. Aren't you tired of scenes that end so quickly? Let's have a little complication. Why can't they argue and be happy at the same time?
I'm with you. And I think one thing also that we might mention, in San Francisco and a couple of other places where this movie is played, it's been picketed by deaf people who say, first of all, it's not accurate technically in some details, and secondly, Amy Irving, who plays the girl, is not deaf herself. Well, I think the second thing is that we can just dismiss that because actors and actresses
Yes.
have a skill, which is to portray somebody who they are not themselves. They're not like that.
And what about the first objection? It's not accurate.
It's not accurate. I don't know. I have to plead ignorance. I don't know whether it's accurate or not. I do know that I knew very little about the problems of deaf people before I saw the movie. I think I know more now, at least in terms of what I sensed and what I felt, what came out in terms of the heart of the film.
If the facts are not right, the spirit is right of the picture on that score. For me, though, we just get not enough of it.
About a love affair between a deaf girl and a rock singer. I found a lot of it warm and involving. Gene only liked the love story, so